You are Locked On Marlins Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Miami on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What is up, Fish fans? Welcome to your Locked On Marlins Postcast. My name is Jim Greasehaber. Call me Grease. And the Marlins continuing their West Coast road trip with a game in LA against the Dodgers, the series opener. What would happen at Chavez Ravine? We are just about to tell you as we bring you your Locked On Marlins Postcast right here on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I want to thank you for making Locked On Marlins and your Locked On Marlins Postcast your first listen, first watch every single day. We're free and available wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. And I will tell you another thing right now, that tonight's show is sponsored by Monopoly Go. That is right, Monopoly Go, title sponsor of this show tonight. What's so special about Monopoly Go? What isn't special about Monopoly Go? Game off. We got to talk more about Monopoly Go. This fast-paced game lets you team up with friends for tournaments to unlock awesome prizes like unique stickers for trading, cool playing pieces, and hilarious emojis for taunting your friends. So download Monopoly Go now, and it's free on Google Play or the App Store. Monopoly Go, game on. And it's game on right now for the Miami Marlins in LA against the Dodgers. And yeah, you can see that right there. Showtime at Chavez. Shohei Ohtani knows how to put on a show. And he is an unbelievable freak of an athlete. This dude is obviously not pitching this year, but man, does he have a sweet swing. And man, is he on fire right now. It is a thing of beauty when you watch Shohei Ohtani playing, and that zone that he's in, that swing is just magnificent. And you always, like the great ones always have that little signature in their swing. Like Saruhara had the big footstep, and they're just everybody who Barry Bonds had that sweet whistle of the bat as it came through the zone, the bat whistled. It's unbelievable, Barry Bonds. But Shohei Ohtani has got that big sweeping swing, and he just murders the baseball. It's so much fun to watch. And meanwhile, Mike Trout's hurt again, and the Angels aren't doing anything. Shohei Ohtani, 11 home runs to lead Major League Baseball. Fourth in 3 games, right? He's hit 4 dingers in 3 games. He's red hot right now, which means the Marlins are probably going to get a heavy dose of the lumber from Shohei, the Shohei kid. It is the 8th time in Shohei Ohtani's career that he's homered in 3 straight games, and the 4th time he's hit 4 in a 3-game span. So a really big night for Shohei Ohtani, but it was not just about Shohei Ohtani. Walker Buehler made his first start in nearly 2 years for the Dodgers. What a story that is with Walker Buehler. How about the story that he's endured? I mean, you had him and you had Trevor Bauer out for very different reasons, but Walker Buehler is, he didn't set the world on fire at all. He went 4 innings, gave up 6 hits and 3 runs, all earned. And it was a pretty rough start for Walker Buehler, just obviously being injured all that time and just not a really good couple of years for him, right? I mean, he's a young kid. He went to Vanderbilt. You know the story with Walker Buehler, and it's just his first start in 2 years. So the Dodgers are hoping to obviously get a lot out of him. Big thing for him to get back in that lineup and back on the bump for him. But he got a lot of help. It wasn't just Ohtani going deep for the Dodgers. Ohtani tied the game, right? The Marlins took the early lead, and they had the lead 2-0 in the top of the first inning, and then they scored 1 in the second. Would not score again. They would not score again in this game. Buehler had some nerves early on, and first 2 batters reached base. They scored twice. Bryan De La Cruz with an RBI single. Jesús Sánchez. Chisholm was 2 for 2 in his first 2 at-bats, ended 2 for 4. He's probably the next Marlin to be traded away, along with Luis Arraez, who's now in San Diego. Nick Gordon staying hot. Commissioner with a leadoff homer in the second, tied it at 3 before Buehler settled down. And it was Ohtani with a 2-run shot in the first, and it was Freddie Freeman. How about Freddie Freeman on the Dodgers? Freddie Freeway, you can call him out there. And this dude goes deep as well. So Ohtani hits the 2-run shot. Freeman goes deep, and they take the lead. Gordon ties it up top of the second, and the Dodgers just keep on tacking them on from there. And, it was not a good night for the Marlins. And the Dodgers are one of the best teams in baseball. We'll get to that throughout the show. Outman hit a home run as well, and Teoscar Hernandez also went deep. The Dodgers have won 4 in a row, and their relievers did pretty well tonight, just kind of closing the door. One nice thing for the Marlins, a little bit of a silver lining, Jake Berger back in the lineup at third base, missed 20 games with that intercostal muscle strain on the left side. To make room for him, Jonah Bride was sent down to AAA. But the Dodgers 24-13, right? One of the best teams in baseball. They're red hot right now. And again, they've won 4 in a row. The Orioles 23-11, the Yanks 23-13, the Guardians 23-12, right? You got the Rangers and the Twins with 20 wins apiece, the Royals with 21. A lot of good teams in baseball this year. The Dodgers at 24, they got a 5.5 game lead over the Padres in the West. You got 20 wins for the Brewers, 21 for the Cubbies in the Central, and then the Phillies with 25 in the East, the Braves with 20. So there are a lot of 20-win teams in baseball. The cream has not risen to the top just yet all the way across the board, but a lot of 20-win teams and a lot of possibilities for those teams right now. And you look at the Dodgers, they'll be at the top. Mookie Betts, an MVP candidate. Ohtani, an MVP candidate. Yamamoto's killing it on the bump. You got Kershaw. The Dodgers are legit contenders every single year. They spend a fortune. They have payroll over 200, you know what I mean? And then the luxury tax. And it's just crazy. The deferred money for Ohtani and Yamamoto. But they are as good as any team in Major League Baseball, the Dodgers. And, they showed it tonight, going deep 4 times. 4 home runs. They only scored 6 runs. They 4 home runs. I mean, that's the type of team they are. They can do it by manufacturing runs. They can do it by going deep on you. I mean, you don't even have Seager and Trey Turner and Bellinger anymore on that team. They just keep restacking and reloading. And you got Buehler now back on the bump for them. But Shohei Ohtani's having a lot of fun. You got Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts with 27 ribbies already, moving from the outfield, playing shortstop as well. And that's pretty awesome when you think about being the type of athlete who can be an all-star in the outfield at any of the outfield positions and at shortstop. Can you imagine being that good? Because I can't. I can't imagine being that good. I'd love to be that good. I'd love to be that talented, that athletic, that have that ability, man. And I'll tell you, though, it's really amazing when you watch that swing of Ohtani's. I just can't stop watching this replay over and over again. You got to check it out. And I know you're a Marlins fan and what have you, but greatness is greatness, and it's a lot of fun to see Ohtani out there doing his thing. And, like I said, he's not pitching this year, and it's going to be a while before he's back on that hill again. But for the Dodgers, with that sweet stick in the middle of the lineup, when you look at their lineup, right, you got Mookie Betts hitting leadoff. Dude's at 356. He's 2 for 4 tonight with a run scored. 356 with 27 RBIs for Mookie Betts, right? Shohei Ohtani's in the 2-hole. He's in that 2-hole, right? He has 4 home runs in 3 games, 11 on the year to lead Major League Baseball. He has a 370 average, and he's hitting in the 2-hole. So, right, 356, 370, back-to-back in that lineup. Betts with 27 RBIs in the leadoff spot, which is absurd, and Ohtani with the 11 dingers. Freeman is next. He's a 292 hitter, but he's also a home run hitter. He's also a big RBI guy, and he's in the 3-hole. You got Will Smith catching. He's hitting 336. This team is just unbelievable, man. They are unreal, especially at the top of that lineup and in the rotation. They're going to be a real problem. Dodgers are going to be a real problem for anybody they face and everybody they face this year. And I am really excited to see how you got Edward Cabrera pitching tomorrow for the Marlins. And I'm really excited to see how he does against this Dodgers lineup, because it was not a good night tonight for Roddery Muñoz. He's got the most electric stuff of any Marlins pitcher, the youngster looking to make big noise, but the Dodgers made big noise against him tonight. And look at this Dodgers lineup. I mean, you got Mookie and Shohei. Hernandez is only hitting 259, but they've got Ohtani with 11 homers. Hernandez has 9. Max Muncy has 8. And Mookie has 6. 4 for Will Smith. 4 for Andy Pages. This team is just loaded top to bottom. literally just loaded from top to bottom. And then you look at their pitching rotation. I mean, Tyler Glasnow comes over. That's a big acquisition for them. He's 6-1 and just crazy with a 2.7. You got Yamamoto, and he's been dealing. He's 3-1. He's pitching tomorrow, and his ERA is under 3 at 2.91. And it's just been a really, really good year so far for the Dodgers. It's been a really good year for the Dodgers. And, you just don't know how they're going to hold up. You know they're going to be there toward the end, and you just don't know how they're going to do in the playoffs. It's always kind of nice when they collapse late in the playoffs. And it's, and obviously you got Kershaw's injured, and that's a big thing. But they'll get him back later on. And all they really care about is how he's going to do in the playoffs. This is awesome. You're watching your Locked On Marlins postcast right here on your Locked On Sports Miami YouTube channel, listening wherever you get your podcast, whether it be Spotify, whether it be Apple Music, whether it be iHeart, Stitcher, Podbean, wherever you are listening to your podcast. My name's Jim Greasehaber. Call me Grease. 6-3. The Dodgers double up the Marlins. 4 homers for the Dodgers in support of Walker Buehler, making his first start in 2 years for the Dodgers. Game 2 is tomorrow night. When we come back after the break, talk to you more about the start for Roddery Muñoz, and not a good one tonight for the Marlins. It's your Locked On Marlins postcast. I'm Jim Grease. More in just a moment. And what a time it is to be someone who's locked in and locked on LinkedIn. LinkedIn's Sales Navigator, to be specific. And LinkedIn Sales Navigator is something that you really should look into if you're struggling to close deals. And we've all had those moments, right? In those times in our lives, B2B selling tougher than ever. And that's why I want to tell you about LinkedIn Sales Navigator. That's right. LinkedIn Sales Navigator is a sales intelligence platform that helps professionals effectively prospect and engage high-value customers, drive higher revenue, and increase sales performance. Sales Navigator helps you target the right buyers, surface key signals such as job changes or which accounts you should prioritize, and shows you hidden allies so you can find those buyers that are most likely to convert. Fueled by LinkedIn's 1 billion member platform, Sales Navigator gives you the most up-to-date first-party data, enabling you to unlock conversations with the people who matter. Right now, you can try LinkedIn Sales Navigator and get a 60-day free trial at linkedin.com/lockedon. That is linkedin.com/lockedon for a 60-day free trial. Let LinkedIn Sales Navigator help you sell like a superstar today. Just go to linkedin.com/lockedon and get started right now with LinkedIn Sales Navigator. And you guys know by now, I've been having a lot of fun with Monopoly Go. Gonna pause here to talk more about Monopoly Go. I know what you're saying, Grease. Hold up. No. You already talked about that. It's getting late. We're on East Coast time here. There's just so much good stuff in this game. I have to keep singing the praises of Monopoly Go. You team up with friends in Monopoly Go for time tournaments where you work together to build up each other's boards. The more you win together, the more awesome prizes you unlock. And there's so much to get. These cool stickers you can trade with friends to complete albums for big prizes. Cool new playing pieces to travel the boards with. Hilarious emojis to taunt your friends when you smash their buildings and take their cash. Plus, Monopoly Go feels new and exciting every day with constantly changing tournaments and challenges. A ton include their own unique mini games like digging for treasure or a robot pachinko machine. That's right. And there's always new timed events that help you win big, like massive multipliers for everything you win or rent frenzies. It is real. There's always something fun to discover in Monopoly Go. So get off the bench and go download it now, free on Google Play or the App Store. Game on with Monopoly Go. Look at that. We're getting to respectable levels of proficiency with the production side. Look out, world. Here we come. My name's Jim Greasehopper. Call me Grease. You are watching your Locked On Marlins postcast. We're going to do a little bit, and we're going to do some stuff with Peter too. Locked On Marlins, same channel. You want to make sure you check him out as well. And we're going to do some stuff with Sam, who does Locked On Dodgers. Going to be a crosstalk show probably Wednesday, right? The two of us will do the show together. How about that? I have a feeling we'll mostly talk about the Dodgers. I don't know what would ever make me think that. But the Marlins now 1-3 on this West Coast road swing. You know, after the sweep of the Rockies, the lowly Rockies, albeit, but the sweep of the Rockies, you're thinking, hey, the Marlins are getting it going. Then they trade Luis Ariz to the Padres, and you know, that just it sort of sticks a pin in the balloon. You know what I'm saying? The Marlins had really started to hit the ball better. Ariz spraying the ball all over the field. The two-time defending batting champ and all-star at the top of the lineup, really starting to get going. And then, bing, he's gone. Traded to the Padres. You got Jazz Chisholm in there now. I was singing the praises of Skip Schumacher for being willing to roll the dice and change that lineup around. Chisholm goes to the leadoff spot. And everything I'm reading, everything I'm seeing says that he's next. And you look at Muñoz, he could be in those deals. Cabrera could be in those deals because the Marlins want to dump payroll. They don't want to be stuck paying any more than they have to on this disaster of a season in which they've won 10 games so far. So anybody who makes money is at risk. And even if you don't make a lot of money, some of the top prospects in the organization who don't make a lot of money yet, and the young guys, they could be included in a deal to get another team to take the salary of a guy who they don't want anymore money-wise. And that's a cold, hard reality of being a Marlins fan for so many years, like a turnstile watching the superstars leave. Sheffield, you know what I mean? Kevin Brown, Al Leiter, it's been just a turnstile. Moises Alou, should I go on? The Marlins and the trades that they've made over the years, and Mike Lowell was even gone, and Conine had to leave and come back, and you know what I mean? That 03 team, Miguel Cabrera with a storybook Hall of Fame career and another uniform. And yeah, it's just been heartbreaking. It's been heartbreaking to see what's happened with this team and this franchise, you know, this organization. And I'm not here to tell them how to run it, but you can't get too attached to the players who play for the Miami Marlins. You can't do it because they're going to end up, I mean, Giancarlo Stanton, you know, Giancarlo Stanton went to the Yankees. So whoever they end up with, and it's just part of being a Marlins fan, right? You have to enjoy them while they're here and see how it goes from there. But I'm really pumped to see the Marlins facing the Dodgers, even just from the standpoint, I want to see what Cabrera has. I want to see what this dude has. How deep can he dig down? What's he going to do against that murderer's row? How is he going to fare as they time him out, as they see him that first time through the lineup, and then they start to really just figure out a plan of attack against him? How's he going to adapt hitter to hitter, inning to inning, with this killer lineup led by Mookie Betts and Shohei Ohtani? That's going to be a lot of fun for me as a test for Cabrera. Tonight, it wasn't the best for the Marlins. And you know, like just looking at this game tonight and looking at the Marlins and what they did in this game tonight. Where did this go now? Sorry, guys. It was right. Sometimes I get a little carried away. So we have right here. Where is it? And there it is. Okay. So the Marlins tonight, you had Muñoz go 4 2/3. He gave up 7 hits, 6 earned runs, walked 4, struck out 5. He's got electric stuff, but to throw 104 pitches in 4 2/3 innings, you're walking 4, you're striking out 5, you're going deep in a lot of counts. You get some 2-strike hits against you. Villalobos and Cronin and Maldonado, an inning and a third, an inning and an inning, respectively, in terms of scoreless innings pitched tonight, so good job by them. You know, the Dodgers got into their bullpen a little bit. If you're looking for a bit of a silver lining, Yarbrough, Treinen, and Vesia, who had picked up the save. Man, those guys have good ERAs. They're just on another level, the Dodgers. And so the Marlins got, you know, Villalobos has been good lately, right? Cronin, Maldonado, the pitching staff, the rotation, they've been decent. They've been getting better, and the reinforcements are coming in. Pitchers are starting to get healthier, and soon you'll have more rehab starts. You have some more of those guys back in, because remember, as of last week, 47% of their innings pitched were on the DL. 47% of their innings pitched were on the injured list. And so when you're missing that much and that many pitchers, obviously that's not going to be good for the guys who are there. And you're going to have some guys who are there who aren't ready to be there. in an organization like this. And again, like I said last night, after the Marlins beat the A's before the first game of this series, like I said last night, when you're a low payroll team, you made the playoffs a year ago, you have to have your players who you're counting on perform at least to their projections, and if not higher. They have to get better every year. They have to evolve. They have to grow. They have to adapt. And so the reason why you need them, you can't miss. In other words, some of these teams like the Dodgers, the Yankees, their depth is ridiculous. If they miss on one guy, if someone doesn't have a good year, if a player gets hurt, it's not a death blow. For the Marlins, if anybody big gets hurt and if anybody does not perform to expectations, and God forbid anybody has a stinker of a year that you're counting on, you're done. Stick a fork in that fish. You're watching Locked On Marlins postcast right here, Locked On Sports Miami, listening to it wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes. My name is Jim Greasehaber. Call me Grease, at Jim Grease, GRIES _, at Jim Grease _ on social media here after every Marlins game all summer. Heat, Dolphins, and Miami Hurricanes. We'll step aside and pay a couple of bills. And when we wrap the show up in just a minute, we will look ahead to Game 2, Cabrera and Yamamoto at Dodger Stadium, Chavez Ravine. Smooth as silk, as always. This is super cool, man. Yahoo Finance. Wouldn't it be great if you could see all your investment and retirement accounts in one place? With Yahoo Finance, you can consolidate your views from multiple accounts into one hub and access the expert analysis you need to tend to your entire portfolio. That's a lot, but you got to pay attention, right? You can do it with confidence. Let's get straight to the point. You want to grow your portfolio to deal with the rising costs of inflation, to pay off your debt or your mortgage, pretty much anything standing in the way of you and financial freedom, right? Well, with Yahoo Finance, you can get access to the news, data, and tools that you need in order to help reach that financial freedom. That's a big part of it. When it comes to your financial future, you don't want to trust anybody but Yahoo Finance. You think you've done it all. You've saved, you've researched, you've invested all that you can. Well, now you need to take those investments to the next level by using what every financial great uses, and that is Yahoo Finance. For more than 25 years, Yahoo Finance has been the brand right behind every great investor. Whether you're a seasoned investor or you're looking for that extra guidance, Yahoo Finance gives you all the tools and data you need in one place. They are the #1 finance destination, producing a holistic look at the financial news cycle, including breaking news, original editorial perspectives, analyst ratings, independent research, customizable charts, and so much more. Securely link your brokerage accounts for a unified view of your wealth, including 401k and other investments. A comprehensive perspective is what sets apart great investors, and it's how Yahoo Finance ensures you have the insight to look at your wealth in its entirety. For comprehensive financial news and analysis, visit the brand behind every great investor, yahoofinance.com. They have over 90 million users each month. Their real strength is helping you on your way to financial success. Again, for comprehensive financial news and analysis, visit the brand behind every great investor, yahoofinance.com, the #1 financial destination, yahoofinance.com. That is, say it with me, yahoofinance.com. Yeah, baby, you are watching Locked On Marlins postcast. My name's Jim Greasehaber. Call me Grease. Just a few minutes left in the show. And before I do anything to look ahead to tomorrow, the Dodgers have won 4 in a row. The Marlins 1-3 on their West Coast swing. Cabrera and Yamamoto in the middle game. And don't forget, Wednesday is a getaway day, so an early game. And that will be a 3 o'clock first pitch, 3:05-ish. Tomorrow night, 7:10 for first pitch, just like tonight. And I am really pumped before we get to tomorrow night to tell you about Locked On, launching the first ever national sports 24/7 streaming channel on YouTube. And now it's also available on Amazon Fire TV in the free Fire TV channels app. Locked On Sports Today is here for you 24/7, covering the top sports stories of the day with the local experts of Locked On plus our national shows covering every single league. Find Locked On Sports today. I repeat, find Locked On Sports today, now available on the free Fire TV channels app. All right, my name's Jim Greasehaber. Call me Grease. Wrapping it up on your Monday. It looks like it's going to be a long week for the Marlins, man. They are in L.A. Chavez Ravine, the Dodgers, the mighty Dodgers, one of the best teams in baseball, one of the highest payrolls you'll ever see. Guaranteed deferred contracts that will only be paid to these players' grandchildren because they deferred them for so long. I kid the Dodgers, but, you're being a little facetious, but maybe not that much. The Marlins lose the opener tonight 6-3. Dodgers hit 4 home runs. Ohtani blasts a 2-run shot in the first. Freddie Freeman hits one. Outman hits one. Hernandez hits one. They are on a roll. They're on fire. They won 4 in a row. They got Buehler back tonight. And Yamamoto, 3-1, right? This dude is maybe one of the biggest stories of the offseason. He's 3-1 with a 2.91 ERA. His whip is 1.09. 34 innings pitched, 29 hits, 42 strikeouts, only 8 walks for Yamamoto. And he's got one of the coolest names in the world. Yamamoto. Yeah, I love that name. And Cabrera for the Marlins, 1-1 with a 6.05, but a 1.5 whip. And 19 and a 30 has allowed 19 hits. He struck out 30. There's going to be some batters coming up and going down on strikes tomorrow. I can tell you that. And Cabrera's got that stuff, man. This dude is legitimately wicked. And the Marlins love him. A lot of other teams love him too. The Dominican pitcher, 26 years old, a right-hander. He has got some really, really good things going on. And a really, you look at the Dodgers career statistics versus Cabrera. He's done pretty well. Freddie Freeman's 0 for 5 against him. Hernandez hasn't gotten a hit against him. Mookie Betts is 1 for 3, has not faced Ohtani. So he's had some success against these Dodger hitters. Has Edward Cabrera. Yamamoto, on the other hand, coming over. This dude is, think about the splash that Ohtani made signing with the Dodgers, but from Okayama, Japan, he's only 25, 5'10", 176, throwing the ball like that. His last time out at Arizona, an 8-0 win. He went 6 innings, 5 hits, 5 strikeouts. Before that, it was at Washington, won 2-1. Lost his 2 games before that after beating the Cubs in his first start. Got ripped by San Diego and ripped by the Mets in back-to-back starts. But after that, he's been lights out again. And in the 3rd game of the series, which will be the early start on Wednesday, you've got Ryan Weathers for the Marlins and Gavin Stone for the Dodgers. So the Marlins avoid Tyler Glasnow, which is good for the Marlins. Anytime anybody avoids Tyler Glasnow, it's good for them, and they will be able to do that. So that'll be fun for the Marlins to see how they stack up. Good for Cabrera to see what he can do, and Muñoz failed with that tonight, but great experience for these young pitchers to face this brutal lineup of the Dodgers and, see where it leads them. But I'm anxious to see Cabrera take his shot tomorrow night. And as always, of course, we will be here right after the game with your Locked On Marlins postcast, Locked On Sports Miami. Also, the audio version, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, you name it. With me, Jim Greasehaber. Call me Grease, at Jim Grease, Gries, at Jim Grease _ Locked On is your team every single day. Don't forget to also check out your Locked On Marlins and not just the postcast. And we will be doing some crosstalk, doing a show with Sam from LA, Locked On Dodgers, this week as we continue to take over the nation. Locked On, baby. The postcasts are coming. You name it. Your team every day. Locked On Sports Today as well. Locked On NBA. We are coming, baby. It is Locked On, and you are locked in. That's all there is, Marlins fans. There is no more. Your Locked On Marlins postcast on your Monday. I'm Jim Greasehaber. Call me Grease, reminding you to always keep your game tight and your mind right, Fish fans. We are out.